Yo, what's going on at the fight? Well, this your boy Money back with another one, fam. This one here is on two big dogs in this fight game. We have Oscar, the Goldenboy Dela Hoya, who's a sixth division world champion. He is a Hall of Fame fighter and will be a Hall of Fame trainer. We all know he's the big dog, the owner of Goldenboy, and he do his thing. Then we have King Ryan Garcia. Ryan is one of the hottest young stars in the game, one of the biggest names through social media. Got a big time following. He's a big puncher, a big hooker, and Ryan does his thing as well. But ladies and gentlemen, we all see that Ryan Garcia is going off on Oscar De La Hoya again, calling him a bitch, and people ask he can't wait to get away from him because he go whoop on all his fighters. Right? Then he's breaking down, why he's disrespecting Oscar De La Hoya, saying the shitty contract he sent them. He said he can kiss his ass, all because Rolly, you say about the Rolly fight and things of that nature, where he say he go whoop Rolly ass again, but he just saying that they trying to, pull a wool over his eyes and treat him like he's stupid and things of that nature, right? And then Oscar come back and says that, bipolar disorder is very serious and I hope he gets the help that he needs, right? Saying that he need help. Now, listen. We all know Ryan Garcia go through ups and downs, whether it's bipolar, whether it's stress, whether it's drugs, whether it's alcohol, we don't know what it is that Ryan go through, but Ryan go through a lot, bro. He go through a lot, and mentally, he need to get himself together. Like, seriously, mentally, he need to get himself together in a world where he got a lot of money to where he can be harmful to himself, right? First of all, so let's just pray that he ain't going through a mental breakdown and that he don't do anything to harm himself. Second of all, we seen that he took the loss to Rolly Romero, right? He supposed to beat Rolly, then he supposed to went into the rematch with Devin Haney after all the controversy with the what he got caught with in the system. He beat Devin. They took the loss off of Devin record and things of that nature. Suspending Ryan. He comes back. He loses. He take the loss very, very seriously and very hard to where he break down crying and shit like that, right? Now, Oscar De La Hoya has been his promoter for a long, long time, man. A long time. Since he been in the boxing game. A long time, man. Right? And Oscar and Ryan relationship has been up, down, left, right, all around rocky, right? You never know with these dudes. 1 minute they hot, the next minute they cold. Like I say, you see them on the picture, hanging out with each other, laughing and things of that nature. Then you see they beefing. You know what I mean? Oscar De La Hoya, being a promoter that he is, he has to understand how to treat these fighters. Not saying he got to hold their hand, kiss their ass, baby them, things like that, because it's a business, right? But when you have some of your biggest names on the promotion, being pissed off at you, and not once, not twice, not three, right? We all know the situation that's going on. Oscar with the Canelo situation, he lost out on the biggest name in the sport, lose a lot of money with Canelo Alvarez. He beefed with Canelo and shit like that. Now the situation with Ryan Garcia, he's beefing with Ryan Garcia. People thought Ryan would have walked away a long time ago, but that contract got him locked in. 1 minute Oscar saying he the best, he this, and next minute he calling the man bipolar and shit like that, right? But when it come to Ryan Garcia, like I say, man, I hope this man don't be a hazard or harm himself. But he take losses and he take them hard. You know what I'm saying? He take them hard. Mm-hmm. But right now, when him breaking down the situation with Oscar De La Hoya and saying, the contract was shitty, I guess they want to restructure the contract, take some money away from him, and things of that nature. And I don't think he wanted to happen. So they go into legal allegations and things of that nature to where you can get lawyers on those type of things, right? But now he's saying he want to rematch Rolly so he can do him like he did to Duarte and everybody else. Who knows how these things go play out in the future? Who knows if he's going to get a rematch? Who knows if Oscar going to put him in the ring? Who knows if Oscar going to keep his ass on the shelf? Because once you're on the contract, you're on the contract. And we know how these promoters can treat you when you're up under their contracts. You feel me? Oscar De La Hoya, he know how to play the game. He know how to keep your ass out the ring and make you lose out on money, things like that. Now, I don't know if in the contract they say you got to fight within a certain amount of time, or you could be out the contract, or you got to fight within a certain amount of time, or they got to pay you this, that, and third. Who knows how Ryan's contract is structured? But the way he's cussing out Oscar, the way he being pissed off at Oscar, it don't look like it's structured that good, or he's trying to restructure it for some type of reason, right? Now, we know Oscar is working hand-in-hand with Turkey Al-Sheikh now. You feel me? He sold Ring magazine to Turkey Al-Sheikh, so all that money that he's pulling in, it got to be Turkey approved. Let me just say that. I don't know how the situation or how it's going, But it seemed like he got to be Turkey approved. And now that, Ryan lost and messed up the Devin Haney rematch, who knows what Oscar and Turkey is talking about right now? Who knows what Turkey got up his sleeve right now, right? Because Turkey was the one that's saying he don't care if you lose or not. He still want to get you back in the ring to still fight another fight, because that's what boxing back in the days, right? You don't praise the O. You don't praise the O. Once again, you don't praise the O. But Ryan Garcia last fight against Rolly Romero, he didn't go out there. He really didn't do anything. He got dropped by Rolly. Then he went into, a defensive mode to where he didn't want to just get knocked out, right? A lot of people felt like, wow, man, did he even train? Did he even have a game plan? I mean, what was he thinking? What was this? What was that? You feel me? So Turkey probably looked at that shit like, you know what? You're not going to steal money from me, bro. Like, if you're not going to fight, you're not going to do this, I'm not going to pay you. That's his mentality now. Oscar De La Hoya, maybe he's getting down with Turkey on that position to say, listen, man, if you're not going to fight, we're not going to pay you, right? And if the contract is structured for you to get paid a lump sum, then we're going to knock that shit down and pay you what you're deserving. You feel what I'm saying? Which is only right sometimes, but a contract is a contract. That's how I look at it. Once you sign that bitch and you sign up for something, ain't no going back. Because if you're the fighter and you in the right and they in the wrong, then they'll try to cover their ass up and they don't want to pay you. Just like in football, basketball, and soccer and shit like that. Once people start declining, they start wanting you to restructure your contract. Or we want to take a little money away because, no, we're not taking nothing away. Nothing. I'm leaving my contract like it is. I'm not cutting my money short to bring in nobody. I'm not taking one for the team. I'm not doing none of that. Right? If you don't like it, trade me away. But I'm going to get every dime that I'm owed. You dig what I'm saying? Every dime that I'm owed. So if Ryan Garcia looking at it like, look here, man, I don't give a fuck how shitty my last fight was. I'm deserving of this. I'm deserving of that. This is what we signed on for. I brought in so much money for you. It shouldn't even matter. Give me what I'm deserving of. You feel me? Because Ryan did bring in a lot of money for Oscar De La Hoya. You got to remember, Ryan is the new golden ticket for Oscar. I don't want to hear shit about he just got Kid Austin. Kid Austin just had one good win over Tevin Farmer. That boy ain't pulling in no money. That boy ain't pulling in shit. You know what I'm saying? That boy was the fucking first fight on the card, so he ain't making no big time bridgie like that. Ryan Garcia was the motherfucking bread and butter. Bread and butter. So where you can take that Ryan Garcia money and pay off your other fighters, so you don't have to dig in your pockets or go in your bank account. You dig what I'm saying? That was Canelo's role at first. Canelo was paying Oscar so much money that Oscar didn't have to go in his pockets or dig in his coffee. He can just take that Canelo money, disperse that between the fighters, bing, bing, bop, boom, bing, bop, bing, right? Still, compensate the money off those fighters and still, get compensated for Canelo. You feel me? To where he's still building up his coffers and he building Goldenboy off the back of Canelo. Now he's trying to build Goldenboy off the back of Ryan Garcia, off the back, like for extra to say, you know what I'm saying? So he was taking that money and feeding his other fighters. Now Ryan took that L. It's like, hold on now. The money is slowing down, Ryan. I got to dig in my own pockets now. We got to do some other things. And Ryan, like, I don't give a fuck about none of that because the money I brought in earlier is make up for this right here, right? So at the end of the day, man, listen, I want Ryan to get all the way back right, man. I want him to get his mental together, bro, because his mental with Ryan Garcia. His mental. Physically, he's a hell of a fighter still. He can punch, right? He's still young. He still got a lot in the gas tank. It ain't like Rolly knocked his ass out, nothing like that. He just took a loss, right? It happened in the sport of boxing. You take L's, you take dubs, right? But you still in good enough shape. You still fit to go out there and fight big fights and big names where he can pull in big money. You know what I mean? Big money. So he have to put himself in a position to say, look here, man, I got to get right mentally, that way I can perform physically and I can pull in that bag. Because if you ain't right mentally, bro, you going to have these type of nervous breakdowns, pointing the finger at this person, that person, looking at every goddamn thing, talking about this and talking about that, instead of staying focused on the task at hand. You know what I'm saying? You look up, you've been out the ring for 3 years, now you back in the ring, back in the payday, going up against somebody that's hungry, that's going to fuck you over, and now your career is really over with. You feel me? So at the same time, Ryan need to stay focused and keep his eyes on the prize. And Oscar De La Hoya need to try to help the kid keep his eyes on the prize. Because like I say, he still brought in a lot of money for your ass, regardless. But like Oscar say, bipolar is a serious thing. So if you go snap out on me every time this, that, and this happen, then, hey, I ain't got no choice but to look at you a certain way. And at the same time, if you trying to get this man a shitty-ass contract or take back what he's deserving, then he got the right to react the way he's reacting at the same time. You feel me? So we'll see how this thing play out, man. We just know these dudes, they go up and down all around every now and then. You just never know with Oscar and Ryan Garcia. So we'll see how it play out in the future, man. Will Ryan come back to the sport of boxing? Will he be up on the Goldenboy promotion? Will he go and start his own promotion because he should have got away when Canelo was telling him to get the fuck away? But still in all, he wanted to sign back to Goldenboy, and this what you got to deal with. So now you got to deal with it. Good luck to you in the future. Straight like that, and mighty be on to the next.